Hello, my name is Nam, and I was reading something about literacy, and they were saying that L2 learners use different literacy sponsors, such as mobilities, identities, technologies, and ideologies. That was interesting to me. They used a very peculiar name for these sponsors. They called it sponsorscapes. I was not sure what sponsorscapes meant. It sounded like a new word. So I started to think about landscape like this. If you are a soldier, you will get different military supplies at different locations as you move forward, right? That was how I understood L2 learners. They are taking advantage of mobilities, identities, technologies, and ideologies as they are moving forward. Wait a minute. Look at this handsome guy. Even though I failed the exam, I should pose naturally? Oh, Aaron, what a handsome guy. So you want to pose naturally even though you failed your exam. What a sensitive guy you are. Oh, Aaron, you are my embodiment. You make me want to travel in time to my motherland, South Korea. Why did you light up the candle? Why did you light up the candle? Beautiful Korean song. 1980년대, 그때 나는 중딩생이었고 영어 공부가 하고 싶어 갑자기 아빠에게 오디오 테이프를 사달라고 졸라댔다.
English 900, Book 1, Tape 6B, Substitution Drills. 1. Listen. Hello, what's your name? Are you a student? Hello, what's your name? Are you a teacher? Hello, what's your name? Are you an engineer?
그리고 밤마다 테이프를 틀어대고 쏴라 무조건 따라했다. 그리고 나는 쟈니 칼슨 쇼를 밤마다 봤다. 이 쇼는 미군 부대용 TV에 거의 매일 밤 10시에 방송되었다. 당시에 나는 신문을 읽기 시작했고 한 번은 지면에서 미래 대통령이 될 도널드 트럼프의 책 광고를 보았다. 나는 신문에서 한자와 영어와 한글을 동시에 보았다. 벌써부터 플루럴링골 프랙티스에 익숙해졌었던가.
Start at the very beginning, a very good place to start.
그리고 내가 영어에 푹 빠져든 계기가 있었는데 그것은 사운드 오브 뮤직이라고 하는 영화 때문이었다. 그 아름다운 도레미송에 나는 완전히 영어의 세계 속으로 빨려 들어가는 기분을 맛보았다.
Do, re, mi,
Do, re, mi.
do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. The hills are alive with the sound of music, with songs they have sung
그리고 나는 중국으로 갔다. Then I brought my physical body over to China. In other words, I moved to China. I had learned Chinese through newspapers in South Korea, but one thing about going to China was that I was able to interact with the local people directly. 我在2012年到了中国。
你是我的小呀小苹果，怎么爱你都不嫌多，红红的小脸温暖我的心窝，点亮我生命的火。你是我的小呀小苹果。
Well, I think I made a mistake in Chinese numbers. So year 2012, I think I said 2012. However, in Chinese, you say each number individually, so I should have said 2012. Years, dates, and numbers are really confusing because in French, in Quebec, when you say 2012, you say 2012. So this is quite different from Chinese way of counting. Interestingly, in Korea, Koreans follow the French way of counting. So we would say 2012, 2012. And this shows that when I speak Chinese, I can get easily confused. Linguistic transfer theory is really interesting. French is different from Korean because when you say a day, French can mean two different things. One is jour and the other is journée. So you can say bonjour when you meet somebody and greet that person. And you say bonne journée when you are finished your conversation, you want to say goodbye to them, all right? So, but in Korean, it's the same meaning, like haru in Korean. So we don't differentiate between these two situations. But in French, they want to divide a day into two different concepts. This is really interesting. I think I have covered all my languages in this plurilingual autobiography. Finally, I would like to talk about how the Korean language is getting more and more popular on the international stage. The Korean pop group BTS sings their famous song Idol by interlacing English verse with Korean verse. Because I teach students from diverse linguistic and cultural backgrounds, I feel greatly relieved to see this unique cultural phenomenon happening around the world. This is a really opportune sign for my students. They can follow this Korean example and continue to put up resistance and opposition to the hegemonic powers of English. Also, I think I'm making a focus in my linguistic journey around the world. I'm finally home with my own language, and nobody is complaining about it. In fact, they are trying to learn my language. I really want to thank God. Korean is no longer a minor league language. So that was how I have been a language learner my entire life. 시청해 주셔서 정말로 감사드립니다. 다음에 또 봐요.